men, specifically older black men, let's say 50 and over. Let's say 50 and over. Okay? We dying alone. All alone in these nursing homes and in these facilities where the only people we see are these nurses. The women got people coming to see them, or they're not even in there. Their families taking care of them. Two reasons that's going on. And this is real. Talk to anybody in the medical field or anybody that works with elders. This is real. Men dying lonely. Not just alone, lonely. Two reasons. You was a piss poor father. A piss poor father. Now your children don't give a fuck. Reason number two. You ain't never want to settle down. Just bouncing around, hitting all the ass you can. Hey, man. Is that me? What the fuck?
Hey ladies, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So I wanted to come on and do this video because I was watching a TikTok and it was really interesting, and it was actually done by a black man who was talking about the rate of which men are dying alone, particularly black men, which we all know are the most single group of men in the nation, with the marriage rate at least 30%. So I was watching this TikTok and I felt like this was really relevant for me to talk about, because we already know that the manosphere loves to tell women about how they're going to die alone if they don't settle down and find a man to take care of them or to submit to and respect in their young ages, because when women get older, they're no longer going to be seen as desirable. The competition, quote unquote, is going to be fierce for them to get a man, because all the good men are going to be taken, or the broke men that they're rejecting today are going to be millionaires and will not take them later on in life. The manosphere is also talking about how you should not pursue your career, finish school, or, live on your own at all, because, you need protection. And if you want to have kids, you can only do it at a certain age. All of these lies about how women need to just adhere to men's demands, which is basically to be with you, to sleep with you, and to get you pregnant. Well, it's just funny because I came across this TikTok that completely disproved that entire rhetoric coming from a black man himself. He said that black men are dying alone in nursing homes. They're creating children out of wedlock by the abundance, not being there for their children emotionally or in any other way to support their children. Therefore, their children are not taking care of them when the men get older. And we've seen this time and time again. We already know that black men are the largest group of men to have single fatherhood rates. Black men ages 19 to 25 years old are number one in fatherhood, in single fatherhood. This was reported in the U.S. Census. You can find this on the U.S. Census website. But yet we have black men online, and particularly people that follow Kitten Heels, talking about women dying alone when it's really men that are dying alone. And let me tell you why it's men dying alone versus women dying alone. Well, women are about community. So as a woman, you're always going to check up on your girlfriends. You're always going to check up on your mother, your aunts, your cousins. But men, however, don't do the same. When men create friendships, the friendships are not the same way that women create friendships with other women. Women are community and relationship oriented. Whether we have a man or not, we thrive with other people around us outside of a romantic situation. So when you have men threatening that you're not going to find anyone, that you're going to die alone, they're 100% incorrect. The likelihood of women dying alone is much more slim than men dying alone, particularly men that have lots of children out of wedlock. They do not talk to their kids. Growing up, they weren't a support system to their children, or men who were married but treated the woman like crap, so the woman left and he ended up being by himself and never remarrying. Also, it's important to point out that when men remarry, they're more likely to divorce the second time around, and it only goes up from there with the third or even fourth marriages if some of them even reach to that point, right? So looking at the comments confirmed everything that the man was saying in the video. I'm going to post some of the comments in this video so that you ladies can read it for yourself, but countless. It was, at the time I was looking at the video, at least 6,954 comments were all of people talking about their father, stepfather, husband, or just whoever, guy friend, talking about how these men they have nobody and they have no one because they treated women like crap when they had a good woman in their corner. There's also lots of nurses in this comment section, ladies, talking about how when they work in their nursing homes and in the hospice and all those other departments in the hospitals, these nurses are saying that it's black men who are the ones alone and dying, that it's black men who don't have visitors, it's black men who are old and mean and bitter, right? It's the black woman, on the other hand, their children come to visit them. Black women are barely in nursing homes because the children are taking care of their mother, right? The children are taking care of their mother because mothers were the only people around to take care of them. So of course, they're never going to let their mother die alone. Even if the mother does end up in their nursing home, the children visit her very frequently. One comment even said that the rich men are the ones who are in the nursing home and they do have visitors because they're rich, but the children don't like visiting and they barely ever visit and they rarely even call. So ladies, I say all this to say that dying alone is really a projection from the men on the internet that are scared of dying alone themselves. They're trying to tell you that your beauty is going to go to waste, you're not going to be desirable enough to get a husband, when that's completely false. Another thing a lot of the women were saying in the comments, and that even when these men get really old and know they're dying, is when they finally start coming around, right? They finally start to call you. They know for a fact at that stage in his life, he is not going to get a young 20-something-year-old woman, right? And we know that majority of black men in the first place don't even live past the age of 50 to 55. Black men die very early compared to other races of men, from natural causes and from deleting themselves, right? Like we already know that black men take themselves out at record-breaking numbers all over the country. So it's just really funny how black men are on the internet tormenting all kinds of women, right? Because there's been other races of women who've called into these shows to talk to these men about certain things, and they've said the same thing to them. Ladies, I suggest that you get around better people, that you really notice the signs and start thinking critically. Protect yourself because it's getting real out here. Winter is coming, but it's definitely coming for these men. It's not coming for the women. Women are protected, women are community oriented, and women are not going to let other women die alone, right? That's one thing that we don't do. We randomly check up on each other and our girlfriends and the people that we love all of the time. And if men are complaining that women are unrealistic, that they've been doing all these amazing things for women and nothing is working, all I have to say to that is you guys need to start listening to women. Stop doing things that you think are okay and start doing things that your woman tells you she wants, that she needs to feel emotionally supported by you. The same way you want women to listen to you, women want you to listen to them. It goes both ways. If not, the men already know what's going to happen to them. They are going to die alone, because the benefit of being a woman is that you're going to be protected, whether it's protection from a system, protection from a man, or protection from your children when they get old enough to protect you in your weaker, older years. So ladies, please don't worry about anything. Now, I'm not trying to say that your children are going to be your retirement plan. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you're a good woman, it pays off and you will be taken care of, either on your own or by other people, because women don't just let other women out high and dry. Look at the movements that are happening in the BWE space. The BWE space is growing simply because Black women are looking out for each other. So if all of this is happening, and to be honest, we're all strangers to each other. That's the funny thing. All of us Black women don't even know each other individually, but yet we're so carefree with giving each other advice, assistance, listening to one another, and speaking on topics that concern one another, because Black women don't let other Black women die out and die alone without a fight, right? And that's how these movements got started, to make sure that Black women have options and alternative solutions to issues. The men, however, the men are not giving each other solutions. They're blaming women and they're making threats. And the only type of person that suffers in the end are the people who don't create solutions for their own issues. Those are the people who suffer in the end. So ladies, don't even believe this lie. Women are not going to die alone. We see the proof all of the time. These men, like I've said before, these men love to come on the internet of all places and create their own realities and their own delusions. But it's not real life. Real life, men are dying alone at record-breaking numbers, especially Black men. All in the comments, you see women complaining about how their father had 20 kids, stepped out on everyone's mother, and didn't want to settle down. Even the man in the video said the men wanting to sleep around and not settle down and find something good and just have these unrealistic expectations is why these men end up alone in the end. And not only alone, but actually disliked by their own children and the woman that they created them with. So I suggest, if you're a Black man and you're listening to this, get some therapy, get some healing. Stop coming on the internet to degrade Black women, because if you really want to have a lasting and fulfilling relationship, you need to do some serious unpacking, because according to the numbers, according to the countless of anecdotal experience and real legit evidence of these nurses who are in these hospitals and these nursing homes, it's getting real. These men are dying alone. And it's only going to get worse. So with that being said, ladies, that's all I wanted to say for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and check out the podcast and follow me on Clubhouse. Sometimes I'm on there too, all at Fine Womanhood. Until next time, ladies, bye.